For this video, I'm going to take a look at the Dudley Farm Historic State Park located in Newberry, Florida. Well, it looks like I headed back to another state park located in Florida. That shouldn't be too shocking, considering I grew up here in the state of Florida. You know, I've traveled to a lot of different states and been to quite a few state parks over the years, and I definitely think Florida has some of the nicest ones, at least if you're into natural springs and pioneer villages and those type of things. Obviously, there's some really nice national and state parks out west. I can think of Zion off the top of my head. I really enjoyed walking up Angel's Landing, and I'm working on a video for that one too. You've got some amazing state parks in West Virginia as well, especially if you love hiking up mountains and mountain biking. So today I'm in Newberry, Florida, which is a suburb of Gainesville, and I've come here to visit the Dudley Historic State Park. This is an example of an old southern farming plantation and is now a state landmark, so it's pretty well preserved, and there's just a lot of things to see and do here. So I think for this particular attraction, I should issue a warning for people who aren't from Florida. The only building here that I saw with air conditioning was the gift shop / museum. Everything else here doesn't have air conditioning, so if you come here in the summer, it is pretty intense. For somebody who was born and raised in Florida, it was no big deal, but I could understand how people would have trouble with heat exhaustion and all that stuff, because here near Gainesville, the humidity is pretty intense, especially in June, July, and August. If you want to have a pleasant experience visiting the Dudley Farm, you might consider coming here in the fall or the spring when the temperatures are a little more mild. So the admission fee is $5 per vehicle, or $2 for pedestrians and bicycles. So it's kind of got a weird admission structure. The schedule is kind of weird as well. This state park is open Wednesdays through Sundays and is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays for some odd reason. Who knows? Most state parks down here are open all 7 days, so I don't know why. I guess it's just because of staffing. So this state park is popular for several reasons. A lot of people come here for bird watching. Apparently there's a lot of bluebirds that congregate near the visitor center, and you can see a lot of hawks and cardinals and egrets around the farmstead. I mean, there are a couple nature trails here at the park, but they're both pretty small. They're only about 3/10 of a mile, so they're nothing to call home about. The highlight for this place is clearly the working farm, and it consists of 18 buildings, including the family farmhouse with original furnishings, an 1880s kitchen outbuilding, a general store, sweet potato cellar, a cane syrup complex, as well as a bunch of agricultural buildings and an outhouse. One of the interesting aspects of this particular park that I haven't seen at other state parks is they actually do maintain a little livestock here at the farm. You'll see some cattle, chicken, turkeys, and a couple mules here at the farmstead. So as someone who's now filmed about a half dozen of these pioneer villages, I can kind of give you a hierarchy of which is the best and which is the worst. I would say that this one is probably in the middle of the pack. It's definitely a really nice maintained one. There's a lot of cool structures to look at. I would say this is on par with the Cracker Village at the Silver River Museum in Silver Springs, Florida. They're about the same size and scale. They both have the same amount of buildings, and they are definitely comparable attractions. They even have the same admission price, so even the state of Florida kind of agrees with me. So far, the best of these attractions that I've seen would probably be the Georgia Agrirama in Tifton, Georgia. That one just had more structures and buildings. It was a larger facility. They actually have a train ride pulled by a vintage Vulcan steam train. So that particular pioneer village is just of a larger scale and immersion comparable to a small theme park. I think that is the best pioneer village that I've been to thus far. Overall, I'd still recommend the Dudley Farm Historic State Park just because it's really affordable and you could spend a full day here, at least when the weather is pleasant. If you're a local and live near the Gainesville area, I certainly believe that you would enjoy this particular attraction. I just don't think it's worth a long drive since there's so many similar attractions in the state of Florida. But you know what? That's always within your discretion. You know, watch this video and see whether you think it's worth the drive or not.
must also be. This could go on for infinity. Color coded just to keep me sane. My world is finally starting to take shape. I press the button and it bursts into life. This time nothing will escape my sight. I see the stars and the planets soon follow. Expect to have the universe by tomorrow. Just sit back and relax, don't worry. The world can wait. No need to hurry.
Thanks for watching this episode of The Adventure Schmuck. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See everyone next week.